All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our second episode of ECM Community Heroes as part of European Cities Marketing's communication series called Power of Community. With Community Heroes, we will be meeting all the people that shape and push forward the community of ECM, a community of open sharing, of learning, meeting, and growing together. The series is made in association with Group NAO, which is also where I'm from. My name is Signe Jongersted, and today I will be speaking to Gianluca Camaggio, Sales Manager of Turisme de Barcelona and Chair of the ECM Knowledge Group on City Cards. So welcome, Gianluca, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
First off, can you tell us a little bit about the Knowledge Group on City Cards? Like, how many members do you have? How often do you meet, and so on?
Yes, it's my pleasure to be here with you and share what we do with the rest of the ECM community. And well, the knowledge group of the City Cards is a little bit special. It's a little bit different than the others knowledge group because it's a little bit smaller. Of course, there's me, Barcelona, Turisme de Barcelona, but representing the Barcelona City Card. I'm the chairperson, but my function is just to, let's say, organize and give some quick answers because the rest of the group is really efficient on managing level and helping the development of the activity and the rest of the for the rest of the community of the City Cards members. So that's me, Barcelona. There's Berlin, there's Copenhagen, there's Amsterdam, and there's Oslo participating in this knowledge group. And all my colleagues are really focused on making the best of every meeting we have in order to give back to the rest of the group what they really expect from our annual meetings and the activities we organize during the rest of the year. Because the city group is a little bit different. The City Cards group is a little bit different than the rest of the groups because we work for a specific product. We work for something that you have to sell, something that you have to market, something that you have to promote, and something that gives a direct benefit to the destination itself, to the culture of the destination, the sustainability of the destination, and what we basically do with our visitors, what we suggest to the visitors. So what we do is meet basically every couple of months, even though the last period we tried to spend more time connected, trying to to puzzle between to make a little bit of Tetris between our day life and what we do for the ECM. We try to meet every couple of months virtually, or well, we tend to do a virtual meeting. We used to do that also before because we consider ourselves a little bit, ahead of times. And what we do is try to get all the suggestions from all the other members and shape the best meetings and the best activity we can do for the rest of the group. I believe that there's a goal for every knowledge group is to give back to the rest of the group what they want to do, basically, what they want to hear for the annual meeting or for the activities we organize every 3 months, 4 months, or depending if we have a chat. It used to be a Skype chat. Now we shifted to the Zoom conversation. So basically, yeah, exactly. We need to you need to go along with the evolution. So basically, our main goal is try to give back to the rest of the group what they really expect. Because when you're talking about a product, you need to be more focused on the details. For example, if people want to hear about marketing, digital marketing, well, we need to focus on digital marketing and do like a huge conversation about that. If people want to know about sales channels, we need to go deep and dive deeply into sales channels and present different cases because not every city is the same. Basically, the knowledge group is a small knowledge group, but there's a huge difference the way we operate in Barcelona from the way they operate in Oslo, for example. So you need to understand the needs of the group and try to work for a better way of developing a message for the rest of the members.
Right.
So this is our goal. We wanted to meet more often, but also, schedules sometimes and agendas are not as helpful as they should. So before the crisis, we tend to meet in person once a year, apart from the global meeting we do. So that was our schedule. That was the way we operated before.
And so you personally, what motivated you to engage in this work, this extra work, you could almost say, in the knowledge group, and also as now as the chair? And how long have you been the chair of the
Yeah.
knowledge group?
Well, this will be my fourth year as a chair. I'm proud of the position I'm occupying because basically I believe that the power. I believe in the power of the community. I also use one of your slogans, one of your mottos. Let's say like this, because giving back to the rest of the DMOs, I think is key for a natural evolution of the tourism industry because there's no competition. There's just partners. There are partners, there are friends, there are people living the same situation that you are living, or people trying to arrange a new way of developing their destination and looking for inspiration from a city that did it like a couple of years ago. So I believe that the first thing that moved me, my personal reason, is to give inspiration because I love to receive inspiration. And also, when you occupy that position of being a chair, you also be able to, get the flow of information also to yourself and see, okay, guys, this is interesting. We can build something on it. We can deliver something interesting for the rest of the group. I keep that information for me, but I also, elaborate it to share it with the rest of the community. So basically, sharing is caring. You know what they say. I always been a person. Or I always fell in love with democracy. I believe that democratic development is a key for the society. So once you establish a network like ECM, I think is a key to be there and share the most you can because my friends in Berlin will be able to deliver the same experience people received in Barcelona during their holidays. So it's the tourism industry is big, but when we talk about city breaks and we talk about Europe, the picture becomes a little bit smaller with a lot of details.
That makes sense. And so you talked a lot about like sharing ideas and inspiration. So the past year, it's no secret at all. We all know that it's been a year of immense crisis, and the crisis unfortunately seems to be continuing for many of the European countries. But how has this group been part of getting you all through the crisis, or how have you used the group throughout the crisis?
Well, okay. It's a hard question because when you're dealing with something that tangible that you have to sell, like you have to sell the usage of public transportation, you have to sell the visits to museums, venues, and entertain people, and the entertainment business, the cultural side of the destination, even the usage of public transportation has been jeopardized during this crisis. I believe everything has been put in a doubt side. I mean, everybody is, not when you're coming from a small city and you go to the big city, for example, you do not feel as safe as you felt before using the public transportation or going to a big museum. So first thing first, what we did is, guys, what we have to do to generate incomes, revenues for our projects, because no tourism doesn't mean you won't have any incomes. You need just to shift your target maybe. So the first thing we did is, okay guys, we need to focus on locals. Who did so? Let's find out some successful stories. Let's find out some places where they already gave that step ahead of time and now they are setting the future for everybody else. I said that also during the general assembly and the conference we had a couple of weeks ago, that we had to shift from a tourist car basically to a city car, to a real city car. And thanks to the job we did as a network of city cards experts, also we learned some huge experiences from other cities like Tel Aviv did, because Tel Aviv, for example, started from a local city card and then they are developing a tourist card, which is something crazy if you think about it. But then if you feel that the technology is helping us some way, the destination themselves are shifting, because look, I'm an Italian talking about Barcelona, so basically I'm still a tourist here because I always have fun about the fact that when I walk around the city, I look up, I look at the architecture, I look at the buildings, I look at everything that sparks my interest. And local people tend to look at down. I have to go my way, follow my path. I have to reach, my office and be fast. So that kind of approach for a destination has been put on the table and been the core of a discussion. How can we survive with a city card and try to shift our goal? If you ask me for a success story, I don't have none. I don't have any of them because
Mm,
it's hard because you cannot change a product
mm,
rushing through a crisis. But what we did is we recognized an issue with city card, and we recognized a shifting point
mm.
where maybe we need to try to develop a different product to be sustainable for the future. So that's basically what we try to stress ourselves. Even though sometimes all good news aren't the topic of on the newspaper. So if
No.
you're waiting good news from outside or you try to be innovative some way, it's hard to be that kind. But find the strength in the group
Mm.
helps you at least, okay guys, I'm not alone. What these guys are doing, what's the solution they are developing, what we can do together, what I can do for me, for my product, learning from others.
And so, is there some of the things, because it sounds like you haven't only been discussing what's going on right now or how do we survive the immediate crisis, but also you were saying like a more sustainable future for
Right.
the city card product. And so, how do you see that future? And some of the things that you'll be working on now is that really reaching far into 2022, 23, beyond?
Yes, well, there are two big ways to develop. I believe that the future is there are two ways to follow. First of all, sustainability. This huge stop, it looks like somebody pushed a big red button and stopped all the travelers from moving from their homes. So first thing first, you have to take advantage of that, of this moment, to really follow that path that all the destination ECM and everybody is really keen about, the fact that we need to be more sustainable. The tourism industry needs to be more sustainable. So right now uh, is the moment to shape that path that brings you to 100% sustainability as a destination. We always been, the city card always been a center, a focus point on sustainability because we promote the usage of public transportation,
Mm-hmm.
which is the right way, in my opinion, the right way to enjoy a destination 100%. Once you step into the subway of a destination, or once you hop on the train that brings you from the airport to the city center, you start to feel, you see people with their luggages, or you see people with their laptop because they are going to work, they're going to their workplace. So you feel like, okay, I'm feeling the city already with the public
Mm-hmm.
transportation. And that's sustainability, first of all. So this huge step gives you the opportunity to develop a more sustainable city card, a more sustainable dialogue with the users, and sustainability also is digitalization. Many cities started before the crisis to think about, okay, we should shift to a digital city card. We should follow, the evolution, what the new generations want. But also we know that sometimes technology isn't helping you at all 100%, but at least you can focus on that side.
Mm.
And the other side, the other way you need to develop is the new targets you need to attract, the way you promote the destination, because the city card is a promotional tool for your destination. It's something you use to tell people, look, this is nice to see, this is beautiful to visit, follow this path, follows these rules. So it's a good way, it's a good moment right now to focus on, okay, I used to live on foreigners, I used to promote this destination, basically not only for foreigners, but I prepare always the way I presented things, my dialogue was set in a way that I was talking to a person that doesn't know anything about my destination. So
Mm.
now maybe you should start to develop a dialogue that gives you the opportunity, or either you are a local or feel like one,
Yeah.
because this is always a dream, because there are tourists that they don't want to be called tourists. But once you hop on an airplane, you are a tourist. Come on,
Mm.
don't take that label off yourself. But if you don't want to feel like that, we need to give help with these promotional tools. official tools, because I always tell people the city card is official, it's an official tool, the right way, to feel like a local and give that locals the possibility to enjoy the destination in a different way.
Mm. I think that's interesting, a shift from someone who doesn't know anything to really developing a product to someone who knows quite a bit already. So just what I know we already talked about, there aren't very many good news right now in any of the headlines, but is there anything that sort of excites you about the activities that you have planned for the Knowledge Group in 2021 or 2022 that you want to share?
Well, yes, I'm pretty happy about the fact that as what we do is a little bit different, because it's not destination marketing, it's not promoting, it's not research and statistics, it's something tangible. We can do maybe the biggest effort done by ECM and the knowledge groups, which is a campaign to push again the usage of city cards once traveling has been freed again. That means we've been working and thinking, even though there's no calendar, there's no agenda that can be set already. But once this group immunity, for every country has been reached, we will develop, thanks to the help of different agencies, or one agency, one big one. We still need to choose our medias, but we will launch a big campaign to relaunch the usage of city card with those messages we told before: sustainable, feel like local, and know the destination how we should be known. So I'm pretty excited about that, because I've been recollecting ideas. Also, the knowledge group helped me a lot to focus on what we should do really. And I believe that having a product and having a message, you already have part of the campaign done. So just find the right medias and the targets, and we will help all the other members of our group, the City Knowledge Group, the City Cards Knowledge Group. We will help everybody to push their product back to the excellence, the top status they had before.
That sounds brilliant. That's a good way to pull in the power of community, I think. So how would of course, as you were saying, your knowledge group is different because you have a very specific focus really on a product that you sell. How do you think that the rest of the ECM community can gain value from the work that you're doing in your knowledge group?
Well, that's easy. This is maybe the easiest question to answer, because there are many city cards, or many products similar to city cards Europe-wide. There are many cities that launch maybe products that are obsolete right now, or they are thinking about developing a new product following those trends that I said before. So if you're looking for really a place where to share your case, learn from people that have been working as a community on that, I think that the knowledge group and the expert meeting itself can help you really find a way, or to take the dust off your old product, or set the future of the products, because we are working on that. So what I suggest always, and as I told you before, I'm a democratic. I always love the democratic way of working. So I've set some, for example, the last virtual meeting we had was basically open to everybody. So I want to spark that curiosity of people that I really want to develop that message through a city card, to come to join us and see what we do and learn from others. Because yes, we know how to do, we know everything, until you meet somebody that knows more than you.
That's true. And so let's finish off with, because I think you've been talking a lot about it already, but I would finish off with, like, what is your sort of core or key answer to the true meaning of power of community?
Well, the power of community is easy. Once you share, you know what's happening outside your door. If you feel that the problem or the solution is just inside you, the room you've been working, you're wrong. You need always to learn. You need always to find a new way and new path to follow, because the evolution of the society itself, because traveling is following the evolution of the society. So follow the evolution of the society means also to follow the evolution of the other destinations. That means we can always learn from others. Sharing is caring. I said that before, but also learning is vital to keep, that edgy position that you'll be looking always, but you cannot find inside your room, inside your home, or inside your city.
Such wise words. Thank you so much, Gianluca, for joining me today here and for sharing the work that you're doing with the Knowledge Group on city cards. Thank you.
My pleasure.